shut down. We never did takeout when we opened.
Yeah.
We never did takeout food. Like, we just did it. The menu does not translate.
Yeah, exactly.
Takeaway.
Yeah.
So we just decided not to. And the volume, how the fuck could we?
Yeah, exactly.
And where was our commissary kitchen? So we closed March 15th.
Mm-hmm.
We were closed one day, and we opened back up the next day as takeout. And for the 6 months of kind of opening dining, shutting dining, trying new takeout, all this stuff, like we've previously said, it brought Jeremy back into the restaurant, which you don't need 2 executive chefs at a restaurant that's doing a quarter of the volume.
Yeah, exactly.
And I started to understand what I wanted to learn more of.
Yeah.
One, I wanted to learn a lot more of the front of the house basis of stuff rather than another kitchen. I know kitchens. I feel confident in kitchens. I don't feel confident on a reservation book.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to open my own concept one day, like in the future, not near, not far, who knows, but in the future, I want to have that experience. I want to know how to do those jobs. I don't want to rely on other people to do those for me until I know what those jobs are. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll transition myself into front of the house management and start to look at the dining room in the same concept of eyes as the kitchen. Because I don't want to be in another kitchen until it's my food. Like, until it is completely my creative being.
Yeah.
That's when I will go back into a kitchen. But for the time being, let me leave Birdie G's. That restaurant is handled. What we set up is strong.
Yeah.
And sustainable.
Of course.
You know, and the people who are still there who opened it are continuing that. And that was the thing. It was never a departure because of that restaurant. It was a departure because of my own growth.
Yeah, of your own growth, yeah.
And I think...
the student became the master.
And that's why it became amicable. It's because, and I looked at Jeremy thinking, look, now you have an opportunity with someone else to do this. You did this with Andy. You did this with me. Have another opportunity with someone to build up to this stature, to what we've been able to create. You are the teacher. You are the mentor. Here is another opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to learn something else from someone else.
Exactly.
And I think that's kind of my journey now. And dance has been my therapy through my entire career. So while I've had ups and downs, I'll have, and you're in my house, but you'll see, like, I have to have hardwood floors because I'll, like, roll up the mat, and I have a huge space that I can just fully dance on, and I'll put, like, my radio on, and I'll close all the doors, and I full out dance, and I get my exercise, and I get my feelings and my emotions and my, like, back to one spot of what I want to be doing. And I do that more now that I've left and I'm kind of on my own schedule. And it's really supported me in feeling that I have the capacity to continue on my path of success. Not just continue on, but continue on a path of success.
Continue building. And
really start to transform my life according to my wants and needs.
Exactly.
And not someone else's reputation or someone else's name or someone else's, expectation.
Exactly.
Really my own. And perform at my own expectation.
Yeah.
Hold myself accountable. And so I think that's kind of where I am at now. I've been able to find, so much strength from dance and then my ability of cooking to kind of lead me to whatever. And the fact that I've created the time for myself now, I see the opportunities coming. None of these opportunities were ever presented before because why would I be thought of? I had no time.
Exactly.
I had no time to do shit.
Yeah.
Except, lose myself.
Yeah.
So now
that you're a gun for hire,
opportunities, I get calls every day, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, this is, I need to keep on.
Yeah.
You don't
stop.
This go.
Don't stop.
Keep on. And dance really provided an understanding, not only as a discipline that I already had with, getting into cooking, because cooking is such a hard discipline.
Yeah.
And I've had that all of my life with dance, and then, spatial awareness and like multitasking. All of those things are embedded in you as a dancer from day one. And I started dancing when I was 10. So imagine if you started learning the fundamentals of working in kitchens and with other people at 10, and then you started cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. People would be incredible.
Yeah,
They'd be incredibly successful.
That's what I'm saying.
Even during this time.
I was telling somebody, I was like, in order to run the country, I think you should work at least 5 years in a restaurant and 2 years in the military. And then we'll be all set, and then we'll be good.
Then have a foundation.
Yeah, then the policymakers will know that, hey, close tomorrow isn't the best thing to be telling me. Because now I have to throw away $10,000 worth of shit or whatever it is, or give it away. Or
organize the homeless so I can take all of this food that we're wasting. You credit me back.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the issue with giving food away to charity. It's always like, well, you need to fill out all these forms and have a license and we need to temp it and this and that. It's like, they're not eating anything. Just let me give them the food,
Yeah. If your concern is about what I'm feeding them, then you're systematically in the wrong position.
Exactly.
In a different position. But that's kind of like that's me. That's where I am now, and I'm so grateful for the opportunities I've had, and I think that's something that I learned now is that I need to make sure I'm listening to what those are and really stay true to what's next, because so far it's worked out.
Yeah,
it's worked out really well, and the people in my life are very important to me. I don't have a huge circle. I have a very intimate circle, and there's a deep, deep importance to all of those people involved, and I think that's something that I will always carry with me. But I don't know what's next. I have opportunities, and I'm going to see, I'm going to pursue what is next for our industry. I don't know. I think one thing about being in Los Angeles, that as much as I want to leave this city, the fact that you have such an opportunity for the clientele that can afford the services of what the people in the city can provide is like exponential. You have so much wealth concentrated in this county that allows us the opportunities to have here, as opposed to living in a place where you don't have this much wealth at your disposal, that people can pay the money to live a life while you cook for them.
Yeah.
While you just cook for them. I mean, you've got to. That's why people move here. It's because the level of achievement is a very, very high bar here in Los Angeles.
People want to be around that.
And especially nowadays, with all of these unemployed cooks, they're all doing it on their own. All of them.
Exactly.
They're all doing it on their own now. They're all like, okay, well, let me look at my home kitchen. Let me cook something here. Let me put it out there and see who bites. All of them. Everyone that I know is trying that. That's all we know how to do. If you don't give us a platform together, doesn't mean we're not going to make that platform.
Exactly. We're all hungry.
We're going to do that at home. So I think there's a really great kind of something to look forward to. I just don't know if it's going to become better yet.
Well, this entire year has been a gift and a curse. It's given us the time to sit back and really think about what the hell's going on in our lives, and then also it just sucks.
So many of us were on that bullet train.
Yeah.
So many of us were on that bullet train, and we thought being on that bullet train was the most important thing we could have been doing.
Yeah. Don't look back, look forward. When that bullet train
stopped, you changed everyone's perspective.
Yeah.
Even if it stayed the same, it still changed a little bit.
For sure.
I'm not a political person just because I'm kind of a unicorn in my policies. I am not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I have a lot of value of both
here and
sides
there.
of the party, but I can't call myself either or. And I just really think that what California has to discover is going to be brutal for this state.
Yeah.
And it's, as a maybe prospect of a business owner or a homeowner, I'm not looking at California as a safe and secure place for that.
Yeah.
And, while we were in London, I was there, I was telling you before, I was there because I'm looking at that place of okay, I'm not saying this is any better, but what's going to feed what I want in my life. Like, what do I want to be around? The architecture in London speaks for me. Like, I love history. I love, like, old things. I love history. I love the past. I love learning about that. And just being in those kinds of cities with the architecture like Rome and the Vatican and all this stuff, there's a different sense of feeling, a physical feeling for me when I'm there, knowing how much history. I don't feel that in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I don't get that here. I love the beauty. I mean, San Diego is gorgeous. The coast is fucking gorgeous. It rivals the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily like what's feeding my soul.
I hear you.
Deep engaging in me. And that's kind of where I am right now, of like, all right, what is next?
It's a full transition for you.
What is next?
I mean, that's the best place to be. That not knowing.
I'm very grateful.
It's like you're right where you need to be. Yeah. Don't you worry.
Yeah. I'm
just
fine.
Like everything before.
I feel more comfort and more security now. And it's not just because of my family. There's an understanding within my own self of survival. That I know I can not only rely on a lot of people around me who love me very much, but I know I can rely on myself to get whatever it is that I need to get done.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of, it's shooing away those insecurities before when I would step into a new kitchen. I feel so much more confident in myself now as a human being to be able to put myself in those situations and rely on myself to take care of it. And you know, through hospitality, take care of someone else and really show them what, you know, it is that this is. I love cooking for people and having them eat it in front of me and their face just become incredibly joyous no matter what they were doing. That instantaneous moment of taste created that for them, and that's the joy of it. That's what I love. And then I like to do it very organized and very methodical and very like clean and beautiful and make it look pretty. Like that part of it speaks to me too. So I don't know what that is now. Like, I'm not sure.
We'll figure this shit out. It's all good. It's all good. That's awesome.
Try and make it one.
Awesome. Well, Brittany, thank you very much for sharing yourself with everybody.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I hope that all the people listening out there can find inspiration in your story because it really is inspirational. And I remember the first time that, you know, I saw you in the kitchen and I knew who was in charge. You know what I mean? It was like this person has an aura of like, I got you. I'll take care of you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So thanks again. And I'm sure this isn't the last time we'll be talking.
No, not at all.
Look out for episode 2 of Brittany Cassidy. This is Sucio Talk signing off, episode 6. See you guys later.